Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Birdie Golf Club podcast, where golf chat meets great company. Whether you're listening from a road trip where the family are falling asleep and leaving you to it, or whether it's off the back of a great or bad round, it's great to have you here. Thank you so much. If you are enjoying the podcast, don't forget to follow, rate, and leave a quick review. It really helps more golfers find the podcast and keeps the podcast going. And for all behind the scenes clips, reels, and extras, come join us on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Just search Birdie Golf Club Podcast. This week, we have a fantastic guest. We have Lee Brennan, aka LA Golf Channel, if you're on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube. And I came across Lee's channel because I like the feeling that somebody's being authentic in what they do. It makes it possible for me to interview them on this podcast. It makes the conversation free flowing, and also you feel like you know somebody before you've even met them. And with Lee, he's got this genuine joy about him every time he posts anything, and it's led to great success for Lee in a very short period of time. He's a driven, motivated person, but also is very open with the fact that this was a real challenge for him to start doing this, and it's part of the reason why he wanted to. It enabled him to open up, to go beyond his comfort zone, and obviously as well get better and better at golf. And I think it's a fantastic journey to follow, and it's a great reminder for all of us, whether it be golf, business, or life, is to do something difficult. It's very easy to get settled into a pattern, but generally what you find is if you just get settled into being average or even the best in what you do, your mind can wander. You can find it difficult to find purpose sometimes with people, and obviously that can lead to things like depression and all these things. And we don't necessarily get into that too much with Lee today. We focus more on the positives that have come from what he's doing. But I think it's a great lesson for everyone to be a little bit more like Lee and to really push yourself into things. So that conversation is coming up. It's fantastic. I think there's going to be plenty more stuff with Lee coming up because I really enjoyed his company, and it was amazing how many questions he asked me as well, which a lot of guests have done, but with Lee, it was like that extra mile. He genuinely was interested, which is obviously a lovely feeling. That's a conversation, isn't it, rather than an interview. So I hope you enjoy that. I know I thoroughly did. And if you haven't already, go and find Lee on Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at LA Golf Channel. The link will be in the show notes for this episode. What else can I say? World of golf stuff. We obviously had the Indian Open, which is still going on right now, Sunday when I'm recording this intro. So I believe, is it Nakajima? Let's have a look. Let's not guess. Okay, yeah. So Keita Nakajima was leading overnight. As I'm recording this right now, he's on the 11th hole. He's at 18 under, but Tommy Fleetwood has had a resurgence today, as had Daniel Hillier as well, who is 7 under for the day, pushing him to 20 under total, tied with Tommy, who's 5 under through 11. So we've got some really interesting things happening, which is fantastic. What an event they're putting on over there in India as well. And I think it was very telling. There's a couple of things that were very telling from always the needle that is Rory McIlroy, who's currently 25th, 11 under. Even then, he's not played great, and he's still in the top 25. Shows to his greatness, doesn't it? But he spoke about the fact that he wanted to go and play more internationally. And I think that was a very clear point from Rory, that it's not good enough just to take the game to America, like most of the time. Obviously, that's where some of the best golf courses in the world, and probably the most ecologically wise, probably the easiest setup for like a regular schedule of golf. And that's why obviously golf is played over there, and the standard of courses is unbelievable. But I think Rory made an excellent point, and something that's definitely there's been a light shone on it through what has happened with Liv, is that there are places in the world that just simply don't get enough like high quality golf. And they have their local tours which kind of keep it sustainable enough. But if you want to grow the game, you've got to take the best in the world there. And you're seeing that right now in India. You're seeing a real joy. And who knows, there's going to be kids that go and watch that event, see Rory this weekend, see the likes of Tommy, Shane Lowry, who else have we got on this list? Victor Hovland, and it just makes the game more exciting for them. And I think there's a real recognition from the likes of Rory, from the likes of Shane, from all the guys that have gone over there from the PGA Tour. I think Ben Griffin's there this weekend as well and playing pretty well, is that you need to take the game there. And they'll be willing to head over there more often. Now, PGA Tour is king, and they recognise that as far as when it comes to the FedEx Cup and the points that you need to basically earn a great living. And that's true. But I do think there is an idea here from these guys that they're willing to head over there. They want to do this. They've seen the impact that Liv has had in certain places. You know, when you look at when Liv goes to Australia, it has unbelievable turnouts. I think they had an event in I want to say Japan or something like that as well, which just had such a huge turnout. So it needs to happen. Is Rory pushing the buttons of the PGA Tour here by saying, look, we're just going to go and do this anyway. We need you to take part in it as well. Or is it just Rory going, I'm happy to play even more DP World Tour events leading up to it? I mean, the guy walks the race to Dubai every single year by playing, 8 events. So it could be interesting. Watch that space, I would say. It's exciting for the DP World Tour to see these players come over and play these type of events. And yeah, I think it's very, very important. The second point I had with Rory, which I actually posted about on the Birdie Golf Club podcast Instagram account, was that he took driver out of the bag this week. He made some points that there wasn't much point. The risk reward wasn't there for him with driver. No, Rory's one of the best drivers of the golf ball in the world. He struggled a little bit this year, more than most, I would say, with maybe club selection when it comes to that. I think generally the QI35 has been a miss for TaylorMade. I think a lot of people have it in the bags, and I think it's fine at certain levels, but it just seems that for Rory, let's say this, for Rory it's been a miss. We've obviously got the glue issues, which I spoke about at length with Lance Reader from Crank, and I couldn't agree more with him on that. You can't start gluing things to clubs and expect people to pay £500-600 for them. It's completely unacceptable. So let's hope that changes. Let's hope carbon wood makes its way out, because it's a bit of a nonsense. But you're seeing with Rory take driver out of his bag that there's a lesson there for all levels of the game. As we said, Rory, one of the best drivers of the golf ball in the world, but happy to take it out. And he could have just left it in. I'm guessing there's enough bag space for him to have left driver in to see if he'd have been tempted. But he took it out to remove that temptation, because ego comes into play even at that level of golf. And it was so tight and narrow, that course. And more so that if you went offline of the rough, you're in the jungle. Like, you are struggling. I think Rory did hit an iron offline and ended up just hacking it out from the trees in dense foliage. And I think the lesson for us from that is that obviously driver, that there's clear statistics showing that you want to get as far up to that green as you possibly can, as often as you can, and that will lower your scores. We all know that. That's undeniable statistic. You can find that through your ShotScope data. You can find that through the likes of Decade Golf. All those things, we know that. But I don't play PGA Tour golf courses each week. I'm sure you don't. More often than not, if you're playing your local golf course, they can maintain the fairways, they can maintain the rough, but if you're getting into the trees, it is not the same as when these guys are getting into the trees on the tour. It's not just going to be the fact that you've got myriads of people to go and find your golf ball, or that it's all been cut down so that it's more visually attractive. Golf courses just don't have the ability to do that, and they don't have the finances, the resources and such like to make that happen. So if we do end up going offline, then we're seriously offline and we're in trouble and we're dropping shots. So if you've got, like myself, I've got ShotScope right there, data ready, willing to happen. It gives me my dispersions with each club, and generally, other than my mini driver, which the dispersion on it is ridiculous, I'm capable of topping a few, but the dispersion is so narrow that it does come into my thinking of, right, can I get this X amount of yards down here? My irons are going to be so much tighter dispersion rate than what my driver and woods will be. So you have to sacrifice distance for a little bit more accuracy. And are we capable sometimes of reining it in, of realising that actually being 200 yards down here and leaving myself an 8, 7 iron, 6 iron into the green is better than trying to get closer towards that 300 yards down there and potentially bringing in all the danger? And I think, obviously, the golf isn't relatable to our level of golf, but the course this week maybe is a little bit more. Obviously, it's a stunning golf course, beautifully maintained. But the idea that offline is dead is definitely in play. So I think we can learn something from that. I'm not saying to take driver out of the bag. Like, I'm not saying that. Trust me. You know, I've got channel partners in Crank, and I wouldn't be partnered with Crank if I didn't believe that they are the best drivers and woods in the business. That just wouldn't be the case. Of course, I think it's always worth having driver in the bag. But do we need to just be a little bit more careful when we're considering our course planning? Because we all want to go out there and shoot our lowest score the next time we play golf. You know, I'm playing Manning's Heath this week. I'm playing the Waterfall course. Can't wait to head back out there. Stunning golf course, but also a real thinking man's golf course. You cannot just smash driver at our level of the game. Now, when I saw the guys playing it for the Clutch Pro Tour event, those guys were smashing driver, but their dispersion's so much tighter than what mine is. So lessons can be learned. I rambled on a bit there, but I think lessons can definitely be learned from this week. Obviously, there's been some stunning golf played. I think the score is going to be probably 22, 23 under that's going to win it over 4 rounds, which is pretty unbelievable golf. But what an event. Amazing to see these top level golfers go out there and play that kind of golf and enjoy it. And, let's hope they go and do it next year. Victor Hovland looks like he's having an amazing time, doesn't he? He just looks like he's having the best time in the world over there. So that's awesome to see. I tell you what, actually, there is a quote. There's a quote I wanted to bring to the podcast this week from the great Arnold Palmer. And I think it'll be a lovely little dovetail into our conversation with Lee that we're going to head to straight after this. Arnold Palmer was quoted as saying, "Golf is deceptively simple and endlessly complicated. It satisfies the soul and frustrates the intellect. It is at the same time maddening and rewarding, and it is without a doubt the greatest game mankind has ever invented." If you don't mind saying, what's your day job? What do you do normally?
Yeah, so we've got it's not an agency, but it's like an agency is the easy way to understand it. We have car vaulting agency, so we supply car vaulters to dealerships.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. So we're northwest based, just outside of Liverpool, but anywhere from Birmingham to York. It's doing okay. To be fair, we're in our 25th year now, so
Nice.
yeah, it's exciting. Family business. So I joined my dad after 5 years as soon as I was old enough. 20 years in now with him. I think our highest in our staff was 143. So
Wow.
plenty of headaches. Yeah.
So you decided to add one more headache to it and get into content creation then?
Yeah, I'm not very good at sitting still. So my wife hates me and loves me for it at the same time.
What was your first reasoning? I guess what I want to ask first is why golf? So you've got the LA Golf Channel.
Yeah.
Why golf, Lee? What is it about golf that you love so much that you're like, right, I wanna do this and I wanna expand on it and I wanna bring it even more into my life and into the future as well. What is it about golf for you?
So the first 2 reasons were I was too old to continue playing football.
Yeah, same.
That's usually what happens. And the second reason I initially got into it was my dad and my granddad play. My dad and I are pretty competitive, work together. We used to play football together, and I just wanted to beat him at something else. That's why I took up golf. But why golf now? We're the luckiest people in the world. You get to go for a 4 or 5 hour. I'm not looking for fast golf. I'm pro slow golf, not as in ruining someone's day, but I mean you're out there for 5, 6 hours for a walk. There's worse places you can be in life, isn't there? So yeah, I think we're some of the luckiest people in the world if you find golf.
Well, yeah, these people who like Mark Wahlberg who brags about getting around in like an hour. It's like, mate, you're missing the point.
Yeah. I had it. There's a friend out there and he was like, we need to go for a pint. I was like, I'd much rather 6 holes walk for an hour talk to you than 20 minutes pint and then go, should I have another? Can I drive home? I just want to spend time with you and have a walk. Yeah, underrated. What about yourself? How did you find golf?
I played golf when I was young. When I lived right next to, so I used to live up in Crawley, sort of right near Gatwick Airport, and there was a little golf course called Tilgate Park Golf Course, still there now. But they had a really great little 9-hole facility, little par 3 course. And I basically just grew up sort of playing that. Not to any great standard, but basically every summer holidays would just get real deep into golf, like Golf Channel on during the day, absorbing all the adverts about brush tees and, all this
Yeah.
all this swing advice, which since has been completely abolished by sort of all the foresight simulators and everything like that. Yeah, I basically grew up just playing there, and I loved it. I loved it. I had an amazing sort of time during my childhood playing golf, and would play with my dad, and we. I remember the big journey was getting to play the 18-hole golf course. Like that was
Yeah.
from like day one. I had the eyes set on that. But I was like, I need to be good enough to do it. Like I just felt I can't hit the ball like just 100 yards. I need to be able to get out there and play. I remember the
That used
first.
to be a thing. Sorry
Yeah.
to interrupt. That
Yeah,
used
no,
to be a
no.
thing, didn't it, with golf? You earned the right to be on an 18-hole
Yep.
course, didn't you?
Yeah.
And again, probably where slow golf frustration comes from good golfers. They probably went through the journey you did, whereas people like myself just coming and hacking round. Like, yeah, it's yeah,
Yeah,
me,
it's
yeah.
it's definitely something that seems so we talk on the podcast talk about it quite a bit, like accessibility versus traditions of the
Hmm.
game and stuff. And they're definitely I know when I was talking with Martin Maritz, who played on the European tour, he was saying, played to a great level, and he was a like youth prodigy. Um, Grew up like around Trevor Immelman and all these players, and he was saying that he won the club championships when he was, I want to say he was 14 or something like that, and he wasn't allowed in the bar. Like, he wasn't allowed in the
Wow.
bar. So he got all dressed
Yeah.
up in a suit, and they allowed it special, like it was a special request. He could run in, grab the trophy, take the picture, and run back out again because he wasn't allowed in.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he was saying he doesn't remember that as being like, I wasn't allowed in the bar. It was no, that was part of it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So yeah, those traditions is difficult. So when did you first play? So obviously I was a kid. Did you take it up a little bit later? I'm
No,
sorry if
no.
I've missed you saying that, but if you've
No,
taken
no, no,
it
no.
up later on,
I feel like I've interrupted yours. We'd definitely come back 'cause I'm really interested as
that's
well. But
cool. I'm not
four
that
years
interested.
ago, I am.
4
Oh
years ago.
no, I'm super interested. Y- Yeah, so post COVID, so I had one of those. I've done my knee. I couldn't play, and then yeah, we found it post COVID. I think it's about the only thing you could do during COVID to be able to see people. Yeah, and really I have an addictive nature, so really found freedom in that walk, like I say, and spent time with friends. Felt like the luckiest man on earth, like I say. So yeah, really took me hard, to be fair. I wish I'd found it sooner.
Yeah, it's one of those because you were saying you played football beforehand, and I, I basically came away from golf like most people around sort of like 16, 17. Just played football, like amateur football, but with my mates every week we would play, and it's a totally different experience, isn't it? Playing like football with your mates,
Yeah. Yeah.
playing golf with your mates. You're like, oh, these people actually have a life and issues that I wasn't aware of.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I completely get it. You literally turn up, yeah, you kick a ball, kick some people probably for 90 minutes, just probably get leathered and
Yeah,
then go home and you just saw people half cut once a week. Mental. And now, yeah, you go to spending 5 hours. You probably find out you don't like most people. I have to apologize for myself most of the time.
yeah. You're like,
Probably don't
oh,
actually
wait a
like
minute.
me.
The conversation's dreadful. I don't want to be around you for 4 hours.
More Phil, you brought me on here, not the other. Okay.
Yeah, it's eye opening, the game of golf,
Yeah.
and it also is eye opening because you sort of know what temperament you're going to get out of people when you're playing football. It's pretty much the same week in, week out. You're going to have your
Hmm.
shouters, you're going to have your quiet guys, you're going to have the guys that love a bit of a confrontation. Whereas golf is so variable in how someone's playing.
Mm. And do you know, I think it's a great insight to a person as well. Do you know the way it used to be the old way people did business? I
Mm.
get it now. Like, because you see someone under pressure, how they going to react? When they think no one's looking, what are they going
Yeah,
to
no,
do?
yeah,
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 there's so many aspects of life within golf, which is, yeah, it's enlightening sometimes.
very
Yeah,
much so. So you,
it's,
so you took it up 4 years ago,
yes, mate.
which was when there was a huge boom, right, in the game
Yeah.
of golf. And what's been impressive is how it's continued to. I kind of thought because I didn't actually play during COVID. I still wasn't playing at that point. It was actually after that whole period. And to be honest, I thought all the people that started playing golf during COVID would disappear again because they can do their normal activities that they would have done before. And it's just
Yeah.
not happened like that, has it? Once it's hooked people, and I think with all the things that have happened in between, it's just the game's gone crazy. It's grown so much.
Yeah, there's so many positives from it, and it is great to see. It's scary to think that golf was struggling at a point,
Mm.
because I believe, was it on a decline just prior to COVID? It certainly wasn't to the magnitude it is now, which is, yeah. So I'm really happy to see that it's finding a nice positive wave. I'm at a driving range and still young kids coming in. And it's fantastic. It's
Oh,
really good to see that it's kept that climb.
yeah, I mean, like you said, it was really struggling, and that's why you saw all these foot golf courses like popping
Hmm.
up where golf courses weren't like nine hole golf courses nearly disappeared because they were just being overtaken by foot golf courses, which were being used for stag doos, hen doos, whatever it may be. And you lost some lovely little courses. That 9 hole that I was talking about that I grew up playing is gone. It's gone. And it was an amazing little I talk about it all the time. People are bored of hearing it, but I don't care. I loved it, and I
Yeah.
want to bring it back. I'm going to start some type of thing to bring it back because it was a like 40-yard wide, tight little woodland par three course with holes varying from 60 yards long to 220 yards long,
Wow.
and it was a proper
Yeah.
test. Proper
What was
test.
your favourite hole?
Probably actually the 220-yard hole because it was the only hole.
You sicko. Sicko.
Yeah, you could get drive like, obviously, like, I was 13, 14, I was hitting driver, and not getting there.
Yeah.
So it felt like a par 4 because I think because in my head I was desperately trying to build up to a par 4. Like, I'd never really
Yeah, yeah.
played one before, so that was the closest it got to having an approach shot, like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah.
wow, I've got to position myself for an approach," but yeah, there were some lovely little holes. I mean, it wasn't kept amazing, but it was just good, it was good for you. It made you hit the ball straight and stuff like that, it was special. So when you started playing the game, which course did you start going to, and which course do you sort of spend most of your time at now?
So I started at a course, Sherdley Park. So if you're in this area, it's municipal. They got bought out by a small private group. So it's kind of kept it municipal, but there was no membership available. So a couple of friends and I, we joined there and spent 2 years there. God, it was a bad course and we overpaid for it. But it's 15 minutes from my house. I need to get back up there, and I do want to do a video, see like what I can. It was the first course I broke 100, so I want to go up there and see what I can do. But it's awful. John course has got great holes, and this is the worst part about golf. But it would be so good if they price people out of abusing it, and
Mm.
that's what's sad about golf, really. Because if everybody looked after it, you wouldn't need to do that. But no one's looking after greens. That's just no one's putting divots back, and then I think greenskeepers just quit for that reason. Almost they don't not that bothered. Some great holes on there, and I'd love it'd be a great test. Possibly, I'll show you one day on camera, hopefully.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it was a great place to start playing golf for sure. We had some good days there.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it, and that's all you need at the start as well, isn't it? You just need, like, somewhere somewhat accessible to play and decent enough where you can get the ball up in the air, that's sort of
yeah,
all.
yeah. I definitely struggled with that. When we were talking about you earn your way to get to 18 holes,
Mhm.
my dad said you earn your way to a driver. So I was hitting. What did I have? Juno MP64s, if you
Mhm,
know them.
mhm.
They're not. I don't think they're a forgiving iron by any stretch.
No, no.
Longest iron I had was a 4, and I had to work my way up to getting me Donny 3 wood was the first 3 wood I had. And
Quality.
God knows what the first driver was.
I think that should be everyone's start in golf clubs. Sports Direct, you pick them up. That's what I used to do as a kid. Sports Direct, you picked them up for £12 a club, I think it was. You could sometimes get a driver for like £8. And
Yeah,
just, that's all you don't need to spend ridiculous sums of money, but the way golf's gone, people instantly are spending couple of grand on a set of clubs as beginners. It's just
Yeah, it may come up later, but the clubs I've gone to from where I was, I'll explain what it did cost and what the current setup costs. It scares me that I fell for that trap, but at the same time, they were probably the right ones at the right time.
mhm.
And I believe in fit. I'm very pro fitting, but it's scary that there are options out there that are as good and probably not quite as expensive, and people
Yeah,
aren't taking advantage of it.
yeah, exactly. People just see the big names
Yeah,
and
yeah,
flock towards them, and it can also push people out of the game, which is not what
yeah,
you
yeah.
want to see because they spent all this money. They're like, right, I've solved all my problems now. My massive duck hook or like slice, awful slice is gone. It has to be gone now because I have bought the clubs, and it's just that's not.
Yeah.
What was the shot that you struggled with most when you first sort of
Still
picked up
do.
the game?
Still do. Yeah, I'm so scared of the miss right off the tee. So it's funny. I only want the ball to go one way. I only want it to go right.
Hmm.
Because that way I see I'm eliminating half the golf course. But the slice right scares me. At the minute we're in control. The journey's going okay, but yeah, that's scares me. It was always there, and I think three courses I started playing on had roads to the right as well. So I have smashed the window, which isn't great.
You like
To
that
put my
fella
hands up on that.
you like that fella who's trying to hit it over his house at the minute.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
one of my
yeah.
favourite.
Honestly, he's got. Oh my, what is he doing? By the way, he's brave. Someone did it at a pro shop as well, didn't he? As Bryson wasn't it? And he put it through a window. Oh my gosh.
No,
Yeah, for a golfers one, we're one of a kind.
so good. It's like this is exactly the same thing. It's just this bloke in this two up, two down, sort of like semi-detached, and it's like the same thing as Bryson over his like mansion.
Yeah. Oh,
I
but
think that's
that's
where
the beauty.
the British content creator scene so unique in that way. This episode is brought to you by ShotScope, the golf tech that actually helps you play better. Whether it's their rangefinders, GPS watches, or stat tracking sensors, everything's built to give you real insights into your game without the faff. I've been using ShotScope myself, and honestly, once you see where you're gaining and losing shots, it changes how you approach every single round. And you can get 15% off any order with the code Birdie Golf Club at checkout. Just head to shotscope.com, use the code, and start playing smart. I think you've obviously got the OGs in the space. You've got your Peter Finches, your Rick Shields.
Mm,
I'm going to miss out names now, but anyway, they're the ones that mainly stand out to me. The Matt Fryers, all those sort of early adopters that mainly did it to coach people,
yeah, yeah.
and then have now led themselves into these more sort of like lifestyle vlog almost. Really,
Mm.
the way it's going with golf, because that's what people are more interested in. But I think there's still such a space for like the comedy side of things as well. Like you see like the
Four
professional
brothers.
Four Brothers professional golf advisor,
Yeah.
like just it, and it's so different to what happening in the American scene, which is amazing as well. What was your first moment where you went, I think I would like to do some type of content creation with this golf thing?
So mine came not for the reason of being a creator by any stretch. I guess that's probably where I'm at now. It was in. I have a pretty serious job, and in it, I'm so confident. You put me around senior management that I need to negotiate a contract. If there's a problem on site, we've got to speak to the teams. I'm very comfortable. I'm in my element really. Outside of golf, I was lacking so many levels of confidence. And within without outside of work and in golf the same. Most golf shots, I was maybe still am at 120 beats a minute. I am petrified. The golf anxiety is real, but the same for outside of golf. And so I thought I'm a little bit sadistic in the way that if something's a struggle for me, how do I make it worse so the norm feels easier? So I just thought, right, let's put a video on, let's get in front of it, do something daft. If people watch it, they do, but it's that nervousness of press and play, record, sorry, that's where it'll come to. So I started doing it for that and to lose weight. It was accountability. So I want to get better at golf. I want to lose weight. what's a good way to hold yourself accountable? Well, you've got a schedule that you post, and people, even if it's one person, expects to see that schedule. Well, then I've got to keep doing it. I've got to, if I pretend to practice on camera enough, I'm probably practicing.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So, and it never was never really until May that I thought this could be anything more. It was, yeah, really crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it's been an amazing journey, like, for you. I wasn't there from the very beginning, pretty recent to the following, but I did see the weight loss journey that you went on. Um, how did you find that? How did you find, like, because obviously there's a lot of people that associate, sort of probably unfairly, like, weight loss with online as being like a negative sort of thing where they feel like pressure from people to lose weight. But how did you find it sort of flipping it on its head and actually using it as an accountability tool to help you on that journey of being healthier?
Yes, it was it it was a concern of health. So I've got family members that probably aren't 100% healthy. It was a point where I looked at my girls and thought, well, I want to I want to be as healthy as possible to keep running around with you as long as possible. My dad was a young dad.
Mm,
Still now, like we do everything together sport wise. If I'm doing a run, he'll join me. So I was like, well, I want that for my kids. I'm only 5'7", so I'm quite small. I got to 14.5 stone, which is it's pretty big for someone my size. And it was just a case I needed to make a change, and that's where the video and of just a workout had held me accountable, really. So yeah, I just started posting that. You've got to be careful, I guess, because once you start that journey and you see it online, if people are enjoying it, like I've had issues where I've had to say to my wife, I feel like I've still got a stomach. Is it there? And you see it. So you do need to be careful of these things. We've got family members that suffer from that sort of illness.
mm.
So yeah, you've got to be very aware of it. But no, I think you've got to find a way to make yourself hold yourself accountable somehow. I've just had to use posting externally, but if you can find an internal way to do it, then definitely do it.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, you should always strive for better health. And I'm not saying be athletic, be just I'm probably the worst for if you got a bag of crisps and you always want another bag, don't you? Like
Yeah,
just don't
yeah,
have the second bag. That's
yeah.
all. Yeah. So yeah, just try to
It's
use it as positive as possible.
it's like you've been watching me with the chocolates yesterday in a
Possibly.
disgraceful moment where that entire whole nut bar just disappeared, and I was just like,
It,
"Oh, this can't
it's
go
so
on."
hard though. Yeah, but you didn't get a second one.
I didn't get a second one. I did have a it was yeah, I'm not gonna get into my Sunday.
I love
That's an
it.
embarrassing. I was suddenly like, well, actually, I had a Snickers Duo as well after that, which was a real issue. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was good though. I enjoyed it. It was a Sunday. Um, no, I think that's really cool. I think that's really nice for people to hear as well. Is the fact that it worked for you, and it was brilliant as part of the golfing journey as well, and
Mm,
also as part of that, like you said, that anxiety that came from doing something which was outside of your comfort zone as well.
yeah, it's a big thing, and I always say my parents and wife hate me saying it, but I'm a big advocate of get comfortable being uncomfortable. So
Mm,
even saying yes to this, really, like you'll see me fiddle, I'm twitchy, but I think the your brain is still a muscle. You've got to work it out, and the only way to work any muscle out is to just go a little bit beyond your comfort zone. Got to break through that. Just not you don't need to go crazy and injure yourself. Just say yes to something you don't want to do sometimes.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, to share with the listeners, Lee, like from the moment I contacted Lee, he was like self-deprecating, basically, of like, nah, what do you want to talk to me for? Pretty much, basically, as in like,
Yeah.
what do you think I've got? And, what I want to say to you, Lee, is when I look at your content, there's a lot of people online that make golf content and make um, some more sort of like lifestyle stuff, like you've done, and you can tell that it maybe just isn't natural as much. And that's a difficult balance that people have to find. Anyone who makes any type of content to be released, it's difficult to be natural. But when I saw yours, I was like, well, there's a guy who's just being himself. Like, and I hope you say that in the right way. Like
No, I like
it
yeah,
came
just
across
yeah.
like that's you being you, and that's authentic. And then what comes with that is obviously like the success that you've had in like, you know, in a pretty short space of time as well, you know, like getting to where you are. What's been the what's been the thing that comes with obviously creating golf videos that you thought you would maybe you never thought of it before, but you turned out you absolutely loved what it brought to golf, or what it brought to your game or to your life? What's that thing, if you have one, if you have one in mind, that's actually been like a wow, that's a positive.
Yeah, people for sure. So, like I said, the news golf, I've always been anxious playing, even with my friends. Like, I struggle playing with them sometimes. But some of the people I've met through this, yourself, there's other creators, I don't want to say the name. So, but speaking to incredible. Today, somebody messaged me asking for my opinion on what clubs they should use. Now, I am not somebody who can do that. But then we get into just a conversation, which is great. And I'd never have probably traditionally done that without a drink. Probably can't shut me up when I drink, but meeting some great people. Tom at Coy has been fantastic. Danny at Florio, Alex Duckus from Oscar. Like, I could literally list some of the pros I play with, just great people
Mm,
that you'd never have met. And probably because everybody else has also got a normal job outside
mm,
of this as well, you'd never chat to each other. And that community it's brought is just you can't buy. Peter Finch, I've watched him online for years since taking up golf. What a top fella! And I caddy for a local pro. I'm in a four ball with Peter, and but so I'm caddying it. And what a guy! I'd actually had the pleasure. Now this is where you know he's a great man. By the way, the year before this comp got rained off, I just went over and said, "Excuse me, I just want to say, pleasure to me. I'm so sorry it got called off." And he gave me the time of day. I'm like,
mm,
around outside the golf community, that probably doesn't happen with somebody idolizes. I don't know, an actor of some sort.
mm.
So that's where just golf's unique. It's got that great sense of community that there's ever ending possibilities and positives from it
Yeah.
for
No,
sure.
I think that resonates with most people that are involved with golf. I've found it with this podcast. You know, I mean, I started this with a friend, and we were just going to talk about golf. That was pretty much all it was ever going to be, and maybe the odd guest. He couldn't keep up with the schedule, which was completely fair enough. And I was like, no worries. I was like, but I don't want to stop it, so I'm gonna just start reaching out to people. And I was absolutely. I mean, this is going to be episode I don't know, nearly 50. And, you know, every week pretty much, other than the ones where people have to put up with me just going on a monologue, um, it
Do you know
it
what? I've loved some of your solo ones. To be fair, I've been pretty
yeah.
good.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't know if people are gonna like you saying that, because 'cause I'm like, "Oh, cool. That's good."
That means more.
But, like, I've been blown away by, like, the support. I mean, the people that I've spoken to from all over the world as well about golf. And the common theme throughout it is politeness, respect, um, and just like a bit of like a brotherhood about the whole thing as well. You know, like looking out for each other. Yeah, it's been unbelievable. So I'm not surprised to hear that's been the thing, which must have really helped as well. Like you said, if you were feeling uncomfortable, then for people to make you feel more comfortable is, I mean, that's something money can't buy, isn't it? That's amazing.
Oh, so much so. There's genuinely probably friendships come from it now
Mm.
where I just think I could probably ring some individuals that I've met through this and just chat for hours, and it's so nice. And yeah, you can't buy that, can you? You really can't.
No,
Yeah, it's
absolutely.
fantastic.
So on the flip side, we have to do the flip side.
Yeah, you do.
It's been the thing. We don't have to, but you know, it's
No,
fun
yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
What's
It is
been
for
the
something.
what's been the thing that surprised you? That's been the most, let's say, the most difficult. Not something you hate or not something you dislike, but maybe that's just been the most difficult part of like the creation sort of process?
Yeah, so creation, I guess, eh, I haven't only recently did I actually again believe this could be anything, connecting with other companies and stuff. And I guess the pressure you put on yourself for a video to hit or not. And there was one video where it didn't like I thought it might, and I had some fun doing it. And I've got two great people around me, just pure business. Like I've got some friends and stuff. Like my wife is super supportive, but mine's just Sophie and Johnny. They're just both like, "Don't worry, did you enjoy making it? Like, just let it go. Like that's
Mm.
fine." It literally took them saying it one time for me to go, "Yeah, I'm just going to keep doing it." Hopefully, everybody enjoys every video. That's the ideal. But no, nobody loves everything, do they?
No, no, exactly. No,
Yeah,
that's
I've not met many trolls yet, so quite positive there.
there seems to be less. I think like I think, you know, it's one of those things you see like someone like Josh Oddie, he gets a ton of like
Oh,
trolls, you know, just going after him. But then he sort of almost welcomes it on as well by
yeah, he does. Yeah,
setting him up, you know, these 3 a.m. simulator sessions, you know, with like 45 minutes of breath work, you know. But no, I think that's not necessarily sort of surprising, you know, that idea of the pressure. I know I was talking to Cam Widenose, he does content creation. He's in America, and he made a really great point. He just sort of basically was like, no one looks at your views other than you,
yeah.
and
It's so true, isn't it?
it's
Though.
so simple, but it
Yeah,
really does. I have to sort of almost like write that down. Because, like you said, you'll make something and you'll be like, you know, whether that be a podcast clip or I'm starting to venture into a little bit more of on-course stuff as well. And,
yeah. By the way, hell shot today.
oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
surprising.
I love it.
With a 5-iron in my hand with a tree in the way, I'm like, oh, I'm not sure about this, but we're here and we're
Yeah,
doing
it
it.
looked like it was executed though. Honestly, yeah.
It was
You
good.
moved it left as well. I'm both jealous and
Do you know what? That's something I've really worked on because I was a bit like you. I really struggled with, and I still do with the driver. I suffer with a heel strike, so generally the slice is the bad miss. But I spent such a long time trying to draw the golf ball, like because I just watch them on telly, like, and when they hit these like raking draws or just like Rory with his high draw, I'm just like, oh, that's nice, you know, like that's nice. And I spent such a long time that basically started to become just hooks. Like that's all it ever was. And it took me going to my first ever golf coach literally 6 months ago, I think it was.
no way.
Yeah, yeah. Because well, I've probably told this. I'll tell you. But when I was a kid, I was like 14, and I saw junior golf lessons, and I'd never been to one before, and it was like group junior golf lessons on the range. So I turned up, got there like 20 minutes early, just hit some balls to get ready. I was like, here we go. I'm going to show this guy a few things, and he's going to be like, here's the next golfing prodigy, right? And
Oh no.
out come from behind me, like 20, like 6-year-olds, like 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 all of them were about 6. And I'm 14. I'm not that much bigger than them, to be fair, because I was a slow developing lad. But they're all come out, and I just like I'm right in the middle of the bays for the training lessons, and I've gone bright red. And the guy's come over, and he's very nice. He was just like, "Oh, you're here for the junior golf lessons?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, you probably better come in on like a Wednesday or whatever it was when it's a bit more of the older group." And I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Stay though, you know, and do it." And I was just so embarrassed that
Yeah,
it kind of
they
tainted
did. Yeah.
golf lessons for me. And then you had the whole thing of like people teaching golf swing quite a lot, like in the sort of mid 2000s. It was all about golf swing, so it wasn't about necessarily where it went. You had to look pretty. You had the Adam Scotts, you know. And I never subscribed to that. I was like, I don't have enough time, you know, because when I started work and all that, I don't really have enough time to change my swing. I just want to enjoy what I've got. Um, so I put off anyway. I went and saw Mark Packard, who works out of 4 golf simulators near me, and I had my first golf lesson, and it was really great because it was totally different to what I expected, and he just picked up on a little thing which I would have never have picked up on. Basically, like I like to think I'm relatively self-taught, but
Yeah.
just on grip, because I'd gone from a fader of the golf ball to a draw of the golf ball. I'd also made my grip suit that as well, so I had
Yeah.
really weak right arm, so I could turn the club face over too much, and we went from there. So yeah, the draw is still part of the game, but I'd like to bring back a little bit more of a controlled fade as well now. As golf.
Right. Okay. May I ask where you up to with your golf? Are you in with handicaps, or do you like to talk about them?
Yeah. I love it.
No.
I
Yeah.
mean, that's what we play golf for, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think last time I checked, because I'm not a member anywhere, because
Okay.
I don't play quite enough to warrant it, and I like to travel. I like to travel around to a load of courses. But I think when I last put it in, it was around like 9.8, 10, something
Hmm.
like that.
Yeah.
But I'm desperate to bring it down. How about yourself? Where are you at now?
It just hit a PB of 8.
Nice.
Yeah. So broke 80 in a comp for the first time, which was really good.
Awesome.
So yeah. So no, it was really, really good. But I tell you what, that without a lesson, bloody good in it. Like having just a handful.
Yeah,
Good work there.
I loved. I was so absorbed in the game of golf and I think it's a huge thing, and that's why like credit to anyone who takes up the game later on, like yourself.
Hmm.
Your swing's like a lovely golf swing, and that's why it's impressive to me. You took it up like later on, because
Yeah.
normally you can spot. Normally you can spot if someone took it up later in life. They don't quite have the same muscle memory as like a kid who played.
Yeah, no,
Um,
I'm definitely battling a lack of feel that you get as a kid and stuff for
yeah.
sure. I was very stiff and robotic. I'll send you some swings. You'll see it. Yeah. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
no,
now.
like I've got mates who have literally taken it up in their 30s, and
Hmm.
like for them, it's just the case of knowing that you hit down on the ball to get it to go up is like
Yeah.
that moment they realise like, oh, you don't scoop it up. It's like no, like you hit down
Yeah.
on it. But a kid like kind of naturally picks that up just through watching, and
Hmm.
like I said, I was non-stop. There's no YouTube back then, really. It was
Yeah.
early 2000s, late 90s sort of like times. There was no YouTube, was there? So it was all Golf Channel and just watching
Yeah. That's pretty
golfers,
awesome.
which
It's
is
just a lovely technique. I've seen like 30 handicappers that picked it up as a kid now and playing now, and they
mm,
just have a pretty swing when you've played as a kid, don't you? It's just different.
yeah.
But you said you like to travel with your golf. Have you done any North Coast? Are you near me?
So when I say travel, when I say travel,
Just
I
around
mean
the area.
yeah. I that is one of my plans for like 2026 is to get out there. I've been fortunate enough to partner with Golf Escapes, and
Yeah.
doing a bit of travel sort of with them. We're going to look at 2026, but I'd love to especially get up to where you are. There's some beautiful golf courses around there, and that.
Mm.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
Perhaps we'll book a 12-month review for this, but we'll do it up here, yeah? And we'll play
There
around
we
as
go.
well.
There we go. My
Yeah.
sister's actually up in Liverpool, so um,
Okay.
booking to
Well,
see her.
yeah. Yes, that's the real reason you're coming.
She'll never hear this. It's absolutely fine. She'll have no idea.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
But
no.
how about lessons on yourself? You been?
Yeah, so this is where the addictive part of my life comes in. Um, so those first 2 years at Sherdley was just YouTube, trying to learn YouTube golf swings. Every Rick Shields video, Matt Fryer and Peter Finch, I chewed them up. I loved them. My golf swing didn't look too pretty from it. And then yeah, I just fell on a guy at True Fit. John Styles, great coach, does it. And there's guys that will go to guys local that will go to him with all the technology and will come back to John. He's got an eye, he keeps it simple and
Mm.
he makes it work. And yeah, he's superb. So I've been with him for 2 years. So he looks after pretty much my full swing. I see Scott Anderson, a local guy for putting, and Laura Scott recently for my mental game because that's where I struggle most.
Yeah,
But I'm
that
very,
last
very
bit. I
invested.
mean, that last bit
Yeah,
coming down from like sort of 8, getting down towards the 5s, the 4s, 3. It's
mm,
between the years, really. I mean, you're technically good enough to score. It's just
mhm.
being capable of doing it, isn't it? That's the hard thing.
Yeah. I don't know how anybody, if you can figure this out, because when you look at a scorecard and you see a number, why do you feel like you have to add 10 shots on after you've seen it? You're like, "Right, I'm just going to start doubling for a couple of holes. Why not?"
Yeah. Oh, it's
It's
nuts.
brutal.
I
It's
was
brutal.
I was playing the other day and I played pretty decently, like at my local course, Seaford Head. I played pretty decently. Was doing fine. It got to holes that I was super comfortable with normally, like the 13th and the 14th. I normally will play those in level par pretty much. Like every single week I'll play those holes level par. Triple, triple.
Yeah.
Like,
Why not? Why not?
yeah, yeah. So, like,
You
what's
just
wrong
you've
with
just
me?
got to remember, I do need the other hand to count. That's what it's for, apparently. Yeah.
It was
Stupid
insane.
game.
It's
Yeah.
stupid. Yeah, it's a stupid game. How have you found the process of sort of getting coaching and then implementing that coaching afterwards?
So, yeah, I'm a huge advocate of lessons. They're one of the biggest things. So, for example, the guy who messages about clubs, I was like, just get a lesson first. Like, just
Mm,
see where you're at. Do you need to be spending a fortune on? Start with lessons for sure, and support your local pro. You'll probably end up with a friendship. They're great people. But I was always there was one early Rick Shields podcast. He was speaking about his teaching, and there was one guy who said he remembered he just progressed really quickly through the lessons. And he asked him one day, how did he do it? I was like, yes, the golden nugget. And it genuinely helped. He said, when say a grip change is a great example, it feels the most disgusting thing in the world. When you leave a lesson, if it doesn't feel disgusting every time you called the club, you're probably not doing what you've been asked. And I take almost everything to that extreme. So obviously, eventually it starts to feel natural. I kept making it feel disgusting. So I'd go from slice to there was a hook period,
mm,
but I took everything very literally. There was no practice on the range, just play golf. If I was playing in a comp, I would go out shoot 120, but I knew the long run, it was worth it. Um, and I've really, really taken on any information from someone that's one, I'm paying for their knowledge. It'd be very daft of me not to listen. But but also just know that there is a long run in this. You've got to power through. Enjoy the journey, but the journey's never that easy. And if it was too easy, everybody'd be doing it. So, yeah, so I enjoyed the battle, get through it, and really feel uncomfortable with everything I'm trying to do.
yeah, I think that's an
Yeah,
awesome tip for anyone that gets lessons. I think one of the big things when a mate of mine was going to book some block lessons, I
yeah,
said to him like, "Yeah, you can. That's absolutely fine, of course." I'm like, "But just bear in mind the changes that you're going to make are going to probably take 10 times the amount of time that lesson was to implement."
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
So like you said, grip change feels awful. You know, if you go from like a weak grip to a strong grip, the club's going to feel foreign in your hands. Your swing's going to feel off. Everything's going to feel off. So just literally stand in your garden with a golf club, grip, regrip, grip, just simple as that. Just over and over again. But are you going to be able to do that? You know, I was saying to him, are you going to be able to do that if next week you've got another hour and you've got a whole load of other and more information coming in? You know, are you going to have 10 hours in your schedule in between? And he was like, oh no, but I'll be better by the end of it anyway. I was like, yeah, you will be better.
you
But
will
imagine how
improve.
much better
Yeah,
you could have been if you
yeah.
just took the time.
The other thing that puts people off as well, if they go too soon, the coach probably says the same thing because sometimes you need to do A and B before you can do C. And that's a big factor. So yeah, just grind it. And literally what you just said in the back garden, my wife hated me. So when I was doing grip and getting to a certain position at the back, I was doing it in the living room while watching telly. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I was doing, she hated it like 50 minutes every day. But I promise it made the world of a difference. It was fantastic.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any changes? Yeah. Sorry. Go on, Lee.
I was going to say, and pick training aids right as well. Probably speak to your coach, whoever it is. So I'm leading with one at the moment, which is great for me. But I checked with my coach if it was a good decision before doing it. And I'd say that's a big one because there's so many aids out there. Just say to your coach after these sessions, I was looking at this. Do you think this will help me do what you've just said? And that probably helps as well because you don't want to end up in another pit thinking you're doing the right things.
Yeah, exactly. Focusing on the wrong thing because you think it might be the right thing that's gonna. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not,
Oh,
yeah.
how many times have we all done it though?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Like I said, I bought the brush tees when I was a kid, and they didn't make me drive any further. I've tried all sorts of
It was
cheap.
the driver's side, wasn't it? The brush tees worked. It was the bad driver. That's what it was.
Bring them back. Let's bring them back. Bring back the brush tees. And the amount of plastic getting that through.
Oh, don't. Oh my God.
But I agree with what you said about the, don't worry about your score whilst you're improving
Yeah.
your game. That will come.
Hmm.
Like that will come.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got a friend at the moment. He always gripped. I'm playing with him tomorrow actually, and he always gripped the club right hand high as a right-handed golfer.
Wow. Love
He,
that. Wow.
he did like the Matt Fitzpatrick sort of like reverse grip, but if
All the way.
everything. And I said to him like, it's unique. But your misses, like, your misses are quite big, and that it's probably technique based. Like, it's going to
Hmm.
be difficult to change that. Like, if he was playing amazing golf like all the time, whatever, then do
Right.
whatever
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
do. I said probably going to have a look at that at some point if you want to play better. And he got to the point where he was just basically shooting mid-90s every single time he played. And he texts me and he's like, mate, I'm doing it. I'm changing. He's like, what am I protecting here? That
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
his
Yeah.
point. He's like, I'm playing 20 handicap golf every single week. So what am I protecting? And he's going through that change at the moment. And yeah, there's going to be some bad holes. There's going to be some good holes. He's going to want to throw the towel in. And it's just trying to. So tomorrow it's going to be a game of like keeping him level, you know.
No, to be honest, I'm going to be a hypocrite here. If he's shooting mid-90s every time, I'm jealous of that. Like, if he's that consistent, like, stick with it.
To be fair, I mean, he has unreal club head speed. He's at like 120. I'm pretty sure he's topped out at like 123 club head speed.
He may pick up more then, mightn't he? Changing his thing.
Essentially,
Wow.
yeah. I think he'll drop off a bit initially. He's finally
Hmm.
dropped off a bit initially because he's got to like almost like resequence the swing.
Hmm.
But yeah, if he can throw his left hand into it a little bit more, he's gonna pick up some number. Yeah, he's just he's a proper like athlete. He's gonna love this. I
Yeah.
need to stop talking. He's gonna love this.
I was going to
He's
say, I
gonna,
bet he's good looking as well, and is he one of those? He's just good at
no,
everything.
no, no, no.
No, he's.
I'm only joking, Matt. If you're listening, you're a handsome man. You know you are. So you talked about it
I love
earlier,
that.
Lee. Like obviously this thing that you started, LA Golf Channel, you didn't know what it was going to be, but it's obviously led to some really exciting partnerships and collaborations,
Yeah.
things like that. And I think it would be amiss not to talk about, obviously, we talk about the other ones as well. Obviously, Oscar Jacobson hat on right now, so we
Yeah.
don't
Yeah.
want to miss them out. But the most recent one that's come out was obviously Tacoma. How
Yeah. Yeah.
how did that all come about? And let me know what that feeling was like of that getting that message that is going ahead.
Yeah. It's pretty. Yeah. I'd honestly. So just for everybody that I'm working with, people can say they don't believe. I promise. It leaves me speechless. There was a message tonight, and I almost come to you speak to my wife about it. I don't know. Well, there's incredibly better golfers, better people. I'm so appreciative, honestly. But yeah, to come, so it came up, and I'll be honest, there's a friend local who has them. So I made sure to play the clubs for 4 weeks before making a decision. So any brand I'm with at the minute, because I don't have to work with people. I'm doing this because I really do love it.
Mm.
I'm in a very fortunate position at the moment. So picking a brand is purely that I genuinely like that brand and believe they'll offer something positive. So I really want to make sure these these clubs were going to be, they're not going to be detrimental to my game. It means a lot to me. And we were saying about price. Like I was in TM P7 CBs with Axiom Shafts. So I'd really gone to one extreme.
Yeah.
And then there's Tacoma, these £500-600 golf clubs that you can't get fit for. And it's just like, is this going to be a great decision for my game? And I played the irons, and honestly, they were so soft. I was incredibly impressed. Now, I was influenced. An influencer influenced me initially. Luke won, so I played a
Mm.
forged head, the 201. So it's not a full blade, but it's got cavity blade. And he said it's just a piece. These ones are just a piece of metal. The brands can only do so much with this. And he really made me think, yeah, he's not lying. Like the bit in the middle, the shaft is so important, but that is just a piece of metal. It felt soft. They were the same degree of offset, same lofts as what I was playing. Why wouldn't I try it? And yeah, wow, I'd be so impressed with them. The wedges, they'd sent them out as well, and they spin like hell. So incredibly impressed.
Are they the Skyforges?
Yes.
Is that right? Skyforges?
Yeah, yes. The Skyforge O2s I've got, and £100 a wedge, like it's crazy. But yeah, so there's a bit of a conversation about like what we get and what the requirements were, because I don't want to be somebody who's pushing stuff down someone's throat.
Mm.
And yeah, it's incredible. Like, I genuinely can't believe it. It's like pinch me moment.
Yeah, it's awesome
Yeah.
because they're breaking ground in the golf space as well in an area that was like so dominated. And
Hmm.
I've worked with an iron company in America that were kind enough to send out some irons to me, but I think they're always going to be aware that it's going to be really difficult to compete at the level of your TaylorMade, your Callaways, everything like that because of marketing. Tacoma of their strategy to really put a foothold in the space of not just irons now, but like you said, wedges and the driver as well is
Yeah,
really impressive for like this new company to kind of come out of nowhere the last sort of what 3 years, 4 years.
yeah,
Something like that.
yeah. They've definitely capitalized on the golf climb, haven't they? They've timed it well. They've ticked the box of the pricing issue that's out there. They've got a lot right. I think probably. I hope that they stay like that. Obviously, I'm not as big in position where I get to ask those questions, but I'd love to think that they'll stay the way they're going to be and keep golf more accessible. Now, there's other options. The second hand market's something people need to take advantage of more. You don't, like we said earlier, you don't need to buy new clubs, but if you are adamant about buying new clubs, these are a great way to get into the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, I've got another mate who everyone's getting into golf, so it's just like you know what it's like. You got all
No,
these
it's a
mates.
great time.
Like,
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
got a mate who does this and a mate. But he was showing me some clubs on. I was like, yeah, I mean they're not like that. Wasn't great value. Like it just wasn't great value. I was like, literally near me, you got West Hove Golf Shop. It's proper little treasure trove of golf clubs, like secondhand golf clubs. James in there has got like an abundance of secondhand shafts as well that he can fit to the clubs. Like
Yeah,
go there, take advantage of that. You are going to save. You're going to pay a third of the price probably if you're
yeah.
if you're not sure. But then, like you said, there's now that option for people who want new clubs that it's affordable for them to do it and have that new club feeling. I mean, there's nothing like taking a wrapper off a new club, is there? I mean,
No,
in
no.
one as
Wow.
well, just the
Yeah, no, I wish I was that smooth. Me editor said it was the most peaceful video he ever got to do when I got it right. Like there was a few clips that weren't in there, but yeah,
yeah.
well, yeah. No, honestly, it's I don't on genuinely. I'm so thankful for this journey. Like it's
Mm.
been wow. It's awesome.
And with like
Yeah,
Oscar Jacobson as well, obviously that's such an established name in the game of golf. That must have been pretty cool as well.
yeah. So when will this be out?
Where are we now? We're recording on the 6th. I think it'll probably be out sort of like towards the end of October, probably like late 20 something of October.
No, no. So yeah. So as of now, then I am working with the driving range, True Fit, Golf Centre, and Oscar Jacobson moving forward. So we
Awesome.
opened up the box. That'll be out next Wednesday. So that's incredible. So Dave at True Fit and Alex at Oscar have just been fantastic. But that one was an interesting thing that, again, wanting to work with certain brands, we'd had two emails come through two clothing brands. One that's new up and coming, really love the stuff, they're local to us, but I'd never worn the clothing, and
Mm.
another bit more established brand. And I spoke to Sophie, manager, and just said, Sophie, like, half my wardrobe's Oscar. I keep saying to you, I only want to share with people what I believe in. And she was like, don't say yes then. I said, okay. And she said, just ask Oscar if there's a future in this, because it's still an opportunity to have clothing supplied. It's
Yeah, yeah.
an opportunity to maybe have, the big thing for me is what can we get video wise out of it? So who else they work with and stuff. So I actually said to them, will you ever support a creator? And obviously there's been some back and forth and stuff. So yeah, so we got there. Yeah, pretty awesome.
Yeah, mate, absolutely. Like you said, if it's a brand that you believe in, which can be difficult in the content creation space, in the golf space, because obviously people are looking to grow, and it sometimes can be a difficult balance
Mm.
for people.
Yeah, because there's people out there who this is their primary income. They're looking to make a life of it, and honestly, such good luck to everybody. It's awesome. Yeah, but I think that's the beauty of it. Everyone can have and will have their own way, and they'll all work. For sure. But yeah, just mine. I'll always try and be, what's the brand I really love, or that has like that something. I guess, yeah, they offer something to improve the game for me.
Yeah,
Mm.
exactly. Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, Oscar. Yeah.
I'm hopeful to get a podcast with some of those early content creators in the UK that we were talking about. Like your Matt Fryers, and
Yeah, yeah.
maybe I mean, they've already got their own podcast anyway, so I don't know whether they'll fancy talking to me for even longer. But you know,
Well, man, honestly, I'm sure it can be done.
sure. I mean, ShotScope are a partner of the podcast, so there's a great opportunity there, which I will be trying to exercise at some point.
Yeah. So how long have you been with Chotscope?
Literally a month. I think about a month now, something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
To tomorrow's episode is with Jen Saxton, who is the marketing manager, and an unbelievable female amateur golfer as well. So she's been on the podcast, and yeah, Dave Hunter will be on the podcast soon. We tried to do one, and this whole thing crashed. Like, just we'd never done it before.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, sorry, Dave. Dave found his shot scope. He's the original guy there, so he's going to be on the podcast as well, talking about how it all started. And yeah, because how do you find wearing tech on the golf course? Are you into it, or are you somebody who's like, no, I don't like anything on my wrist when I'm playing golf? Because those guys are out there.
Yeah, no, I was one extreme, went to another. So I had watched the rangefinder, the trolley that tells you it's all silly nonsense. And then stripped it back a little bit, but I've always kept stats. It's always been big to me. And gonna be the small end early entry, working with Scott Scope as of this week too,
Mate,
which will be super
quality.
exciting. Yeah, because I genuinely think they've got the best software. Like,
Mm,
so, this is where when talking, I said I'd always be honest. I love me Garmin rangefinder; it's fantastic. But the ShotScope Pro LX, is it Plus? Where it's got, you can scan it and then you'll see your front and your back as well. That's just so important, that information. The fact that you can use that with the tags on the clubs to be able to keep stats. ShotScope and their stats is really what just pulled me towards them. I think, yeah, it's fantastic. I had again, great watch. That was Garmin, very pretty, but it is all the 1%, and I'm pro tech, I'm pro stats. I don't think you need all of it at once.
yes.
So
Yeah.
I'd be like a rangefinder in a more serious environment, out with my mates, I just have to watch and just enjoy the day.
I've found, because I've
Yeah.
got the X5, and
Okay.
it's been brilliant, like, because I don't wanna go near my phone on a golf course, like, that's just something for me, like, other than other than if I'm using it to record, obviously, but I don't wanna have to unlock it and start going through that's just no fun. The X5's, like, really good because just kinda everything you need works off its own GPS. So you could technically leave your phone at home, which is cool, and just so easy to use, which is
Love that.
great. And then, like you said, the stats afterwards are amazing. When it uploads, and then you get your averages with each club, and like proper averages as well. Kind of one is a little bit like, okay, I don't hit that one as far as what I thought I did.
That's not right. What?
It's like, no, 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 that can't be true. But yeah, it's an awesome bit of kit. Yeah, it's great. So
Yeah.
that's amazing. Yeah, yeah. So part of the Shot Scope family.
Yeah, yeah. And so I understand where you were getting with that earlier.
Yeah,
Yeah, that mutual partner is also with another brand I'm with, so I'm hoping to do something similar to yourself.
awesome.
Have an opportunity to meet him again. And should I'll most definitely be mentioning this podcast.
That'd be great. Cheers, Lee. I need all the help
Uh,
I can get with those boys.
no, mate, honestly, some of the chat's been awesome.
This episode's sponsored by Golf Escapes, the people who make booking your next golf getaway ridiculously easy. I recently stayed at East Sussex National through them, and honestly, the whole experience was spot on. Great course, great hotel, and all sorted without any stress. If you're planning your next trip, head to golfescapes.com and use the code Birdie Double Points to get double escape points on your booking. That's Birdie Double Points at checkout, and start looking forward to your next golf escape.
I really enjoyed listening to I forget his name, I'm so sorry, but Pingit.
Well, yeah, yeah, Joshua Coates. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
a great
Joshua.
guy, Josh. Yeah, really lovely.
Yeah, I've loved honestly trying to chat. So I've put a few friends onto the podcast. It's been brilliant.
Cheers, mate. No,
Yeah,
you know what? It's one of those things with this. I just wanted to keep it. There's plenty of golf podcasts out there, so it's like, okay, how do you differentiate yourself from the other ones? And you sort of realize you don't have to. Like, r- thank goodness for long form conversation that comes in podcasts now. You know,
yeah,
trying to squeeze in like a 5-minute segment of understanding like somebody like a little bit
yeah,
more is impossible. So
yeah.
I just wanted this to be the feeling of people were dropping in on a conversation, like, basically, but sort of golf centric, I guess.
Yeah, you're so natural at like good at it, natural at it. I'm not sure, but yeah,
Oh,
you
stop.
create a very comfortable environment.
You can come back.
I would
Lee
say.
can come back. Lee's back on next week. Tune in next week.
Trust me, people will get very bored of me. Jeez.
Not at all. Not at all, mate. So, what's some of the goals? I saw you had an America trip, which you've been gradually releasing, which is
Yeah, yeah. That was fantastic. That was a spare moment. My brother-in-law was getting married, very last minute, and the only compromise to me going was I got to play some golf. So I was
hey,
getting up 5 a.m. each day, so I didn't disturb the days. I'd be out before the kids were away, go play some golf, and I'd come back.
perfect.
So yeah, it was yeah, fantastic. I had a great time. But goals for golf, I guess. You know, we're always looking to improve. It's the long one of it. I'm really, like I said, met some great people, but I really want to play golf with them. Like again, me getting my comfort zone to meet them and stuff. It's very easy to keep talking. Meet some good people. I want to do. I also like to get. I said about being comfortable. I'm planning to do a bike ride next year.
Okay.
So I hate riding a bike. I'm not a fan of it at all. So I plan to ride the equivalent of an ultra marathon, but on a bike. Yeah.
The ultras are
So
what? Aren't they like? It's like 100.
yeah, it's 125 miles on a bike. It is.
That's a long
Yeah.
way, Lee. That's a long
Yeah,
way.
it's very stupid. Yeah, I did it a couple of years ago with a run and broke my body a little bit. With a month's notice, I booked an ultra marathon, 48 miles. with the idea that it was to strengthen the brain. I think our bodies are far more capable than what we ever let them to push the brain. So I really want to do that whilst having the opportunity to share this journey with people. Invite anybody who wants to come along. There's a charity I'd like to work with. But yeah, just to try and create some positives from this journey and some memories.
Mm.
With an ideal goal, I'd love a golf day. Like, bring everybody that you meet together. That'd be the dream. But at the minute, it's just small ones. It's stick to trying to get a piece of content every day. Just to keep myself accountable, make myself practice. It's to get to this time next year, 5 handicap. I think that's when the real battle will really begin. And keep enjoying it. Just remember how lucky I am.
Yeah.
It's a good goal, honestly, because it's hard. It's easy to go, oh, right. I guess let's say, but there was a package today, and like, what is it? Like, remember that doesn't just happen. Like, that's incredible. So
Yeah.
yeah, just keep pinching yourself every day, I think.
Absolutely, mate. And I think what stands out for people is that none of those goals there that you've listed have been anything to do with something that people focus on so much, which is followers, likes, all that thing. None of those
Oh
goals
yeah,
have anything
that as
to
well.
do with
Yeah, that
that.
double everything.
Be huge. But like, I think that's important for also people's mental health as well when it comes to these things, because like I look at like my daughter sort of sometimes she enjoys looking at what I've put out there and stuff,
Yeah,
but because of the way she's like, oh, how many likes did it get? And initially I would say like, oh, it got this and this and this, because, I was slightly proud of it or whatever it might be. And I wanted to see her. So I go, oh, that's cool. But now I just go, it don't matter. Don't worry about it. I'm like,
yeah.
do you think it's fun? She's like, yeah, I thought it was fun. Like, she helped me do one of them and she loves it because it was kind of her, she filmed it and she added a couple of bits to it. And she takes like great pride in that. I'm like, right, you love it. So that's it. Don't worry
Yeah.
about anything else.
Is that
And then
out
she
there, that
catches
video?
me later. Yeah. It's the one of trying to practice in the garden, and one of the kids has done a poo. So it's like at the top of the
Great, yeah.
screen and just drop it. And she kind of helped me do all that because she wanted to. And I just said, well, that's important. And then it's difficult not to be a hypocrite because then I'm there checking the analytics on everything, and that's
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of what it is.
But listen, if it takes the kids to like humble us a little bit and just enjoy the journey, then that's what it takes. But yeah, let's practice what we preach a bit and just enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely, mate.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's awesome, isn't it? I'll make sure to find that video and leave a special comment. Just be like, "This is the best one you've done."
Yeah,
So you can
exactly.
show it. Yeah, yeah.
That'll go to her head straight away. She'll be like, right,
I love
I
it.
need to do every single one now. But
I love that though.
I'm hoping to set up in the my little lad's played since he was like, I say played since he was 18 months. You sort of say that, but because I took the game back up when he was that old, he sort of was watching me practice in the garden all the time, and he wanted a little set, and he loves it. He loves it. So my goal for next year is to set up a little practice net in the garden for us, like a proper little hitting net with a
Yeah, yeah.
thing, and just watch him just absolutely, like I was saying to you before, he can get like a little bit angry, so he needs an outlet. He needs an outlet.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome.
But
And you know what? What a great sport for them to pick up. Respectful, well dressed. I love it.
yeah, me and my wife
It's a
were
great sport to
saying,
pick up.
like, the prospect of him being a bit older, obviously, when he can be sort of left by himself, just up the golf course, practicing, all the respect, like we were talking about earlier, that's part of the game and
Hmm.
still is. Like, it's pretty good place for
Yeah.
someone to grow up.
How does your wife feel about you doing this, by the way?
That is, I've never, do you know what, on the podcast, never been asked that question, Lee, which shows what type of guy you are. You've been asking me more questions than I've asked you, I think, which is so lovely.
Yeah, it's nice to chat to you.
But she's been incredibly supportive. I'm sure you were saying with your wife, that she's been incredibly supportive, and I think all those that are in the same situation as us that are doing this and initially there's not financial, you know, gain from it. It's very much a passion project, really. Um, but she was when I said to her about it and I wanted to do this, she sort of went, "Yeah, yeah, I think you could do it." And that was sort of yeah, that was all I needed really, because all it probably would have taken at that point was like, "Why?" If she'd have turned around
Hmm.
and gone, "Why?" Then that's it. It's dead and buried at that point. She's not.
Yeah, yeah.
But she's been so supportive, and I come out here every Monday night, which could be she works evenings, on sort of 3 nights a week. So this would be a night that we'd have together.
Yeah, yeah.
But she recognises that everything starts somewhere, and this just is what it is right now. And it helped being able to take her to the spa and the hotel this
Yeah.
weekend as part of it. That's fruits of the labour are certainly
Yeah.
helping on that part, and I hope to be able to share those experiences with her at the very least, as part of this. But yeah, incredibly supportive, mate. Yeah, which is a game changer.
Fantastic. You
And
really are the unsung
yeah,
heroes, aren't they?
oh mate, absolutely. Have you found that with your wife that she's just been?
I couldn't be luckier. Like that lady lets me get away with murder. Like I said to you, I'm just stay busy. Honestly, yeah. I'm just yeah. We're lucky people, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I've realised later on in life that I always thought I was a relaxed kind of person and would
Yeah.
I'd always be one of those people who, like, when I go on holiday, I just want to sit by the pool.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think because my dad was like it, I assumed that I was going to be the same, and I realised later on in life that actually no, I'm always wanting to do something and to
Hmm.
you
Yeah,
know
get it.
even with this spa weekend, I'm sitting there, and when she's literally passed out asleep, just by the pool, and I'm like, I need to do this and do that, just to keep my mind busy and active. So yeah, it's a learning journey, isn't it? This whole thing.
My gosh, yeah, yeah. It it's sorry, it's dead nice as well and dead corny, but like the smile you are talking about it is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah, mate.
Uh,
You know, like what, 12 years in, and
yeah, nice.
yeah. And how about yourself? How many years in?
15.
50.
Yeah.
And there's a big
Yeah,
smile on your
it's
face as well. So
yeah, yeah, no, man, yeah, I'm very aware, I promise. I'm a lucky man.
oh, absolutely, mate. Absolutely, couldn't do it without 'em. Couldn't do it without 'em.
And very much, very much. Oh,
Well, Lee,
it's cool though.
it's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you,
And,
honestly.
I know, like you said, this was something that was out of your comfort zone, something you were nervous about. The fact you said to me, like, oh, what have I got to say? But I think people are going to thoroughly enjoy this podcast with you. I know I have, getting to know you.
Honestly, thank you so much for having me. I've had a great time chatting to you.
Absolutely, mate. And are you when
Perhaps just
you
on the phone next time.
yeah, yeah, yeah. When you do that bike ride, is that going to take you anywhere near down on the South Coast way?
Unfortunately not, but I
No.
do travel that way for work. So,
Yeah, yeah.
so whereabouts without get yourself a location
Yeah,
drop?
sort of
Like,
relatively near Brighton.
right, okay. So I go to the Devon County show, so it's not quite that far down, is it?
Devon
You're
County.
further across your
Yeah, we're
sideways a bit.
that way. Yeah, yeah,
Northeast.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but
Okay.
hey, we know our paths will cross at some point on the golf course, and
Oh, most definitely.
I've got to try and bring my handicap down to keep up with you. That's what I'm doing.
No, what you need to do is visit your sister. That's what you need to do.
Hey, good point. Good point.
Oh no. But thank you, honestly. Really appreciate it. Thank you.
Absolutely. I look forward to seeing all the stuff you got coming out, and keeping in touch.
Yeah, can't wait to see this and share it. Thank you. Have a beautiful beautiful week.
Cheers, mate. You too.
Yeah,
Thanks, Lee.
you got it. Bye bye.